Yeah, that's how it ended for Scotland. 2-0 win over Gibraltar. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. I'm Jason Cundy, 9-time trophy winner of Manchester United, and their skipper Steve Bruce is with me until 10 o'clock. It didn't quite go to plan for the Scots, who struggled against the Millers, but their former striker, Chris Iwelumo, thinks they have a chance of putting things right at the Euros.
They're not here just to make up the numbers. You know, I think they were left a little bit frustrated with the last Euros, you know, how things played out. I think they've got an opportunity to put things right, you know, in games where they've shown that they can be competitive against the best teams in the world, and that is what is needed. And on the day, they have to be a little bit of luck as well.
Chris Iwelumo there reflecting on a victory. A victory's a victory, Brucey, but you know, you want to try and go into a little bit more against a side like that. They've got Germany, Switzerland and Hungary. No Lyndon Dykes, which is going to be a big miss for them. Yeah. I mean, what a great opportunity, opening the tournament against host Germany.
What an opening game that should
Isn't
be.
it
I mean, wow, unbelievable start. Germany versus Scotland. A bit different from the friendly we seen yesterday when they played Gibraltar. Absolutely. I think it'll be a little bit more intense than that one. But look, what a great game to start it. And really, it's a free hit for the Scots, isn't it? You know, I mean, and very, very quietly, what a job he's done over the last few years, Steve Clarke. I've got nothing but admiration for the team he's put together. They are a very, very decent team, and that's a blow. When you lose somebody like Dykes, who's been pivotal in all the things they've done, it's a bit of a blow to him. But it'll be interesting to see how the boy Shanklin does, a kid who scored a lot of goals for Hearts last year. It'll be interesting to see if he can make the step up.
Andy Robertson and John McGinn, two players you know very, very well. I mean, two class acts.
Oh, two class acts. I mean, you know, Andy Robertson, I remember signing him, and he arriving at Hull with his mum and dad, and I thought I'd signed a schoolboy. You know, it was he was that young and that young looking, and in all honesty, I didn't at the start of his career, I didn't really want to throw him in because he was only young, and but we had first game of the season QPR away in the Premier League, and we didn't have a natural left back, and I'm looking around thinking, well, I've just signed one, I'm going to throw him in because he was just so young, and he never came out the team. That's how well he done, and to follow his career now and what he's done for Liverpool is one of the great bits of management which you enjoy seeing the lads have a really, really great career. Same with McGinn, you know, from the first minute he arrived on the pitch at Aston Villa, he made himself a hero straight away. He smashed into a tackle, ran 15 yards, 20 yards, hit a rasping shot, and has been a crowd favourite ever since.
A lot of people don't realise actually that what you just mentioned there about being a manager isn't just about what you do day to day. It's what you do for their careers. So you must get. I mean, you've managed hundreds of players.
Yeah.
There must be other players that you look at and feel that you're glad to have been part of their journey. You mentioned those two. Any others that you look at?
Jordan Henderson. I give his debut to when he was a kid at Sunderland, and as soon as I walked through the door, I seen this. And he's got a sort of strange running action, Jordan, but he's full of life and full of energy and a wonderful, wonderful lad, and had no hesitation in putting him in. He had leadership skills even when he was a kid, you know, in the pre-season. So he was another one who's gone on to have a wonderful career. And you look at all the wrong uns and all, by the way.
Okay. Do you want to mention them, Bruce? No. Keep them quiet.
No,
Tell me in the break. Tell me in the
No,
break, and I'll mention them. I'll throw you under the bus a little bit later. No, I won't. If there's any question to ask Steve, you're more than welcome. You can text 81089 or phone up 03717223344. There's a text here from Mark in Southend. He says, can you ask Steve to tell the story when all the United players attended a function suited and booted? Cantona turns up in jeans and a T-shirt. What did Sir Alex say to Steve when he confronted him about what Eric was wearing?
He must have heard this before. It's he sort of confronted. He had a glass of red wine and and sort of peered over and pretended that he hasn't seen Eric in his jeans and T-shirt, and we're all suited and booted. And Sir Alex sort of said to me, "Just go and tell the rest of them to, if they can play like him next year, you can all come dressed as Joseph."
Fair enough.
Fair enough. You're allowed to do that if you're Eric Cantona.
Oh, of course, he can do anything.
He can indeed.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.